For those of you that just want to celebrate TV and film, acting, directing, producing, all wrapped up into one wonderful, unbiased award show ceremony, then the 2018 Golden Globes will probably be none of that. However, if you're really into 2 hours of self-congratulatory comments, a clear and open disdain for half of Americans, and relentless jokes aimed at President Trump and Republicans, then buckle up, because award show season is here. The already insanely left-leaning award show ceremonies are not going to rest on last year's success. And no, I'm not talking about the record drop in ratings across the board. I'm talking about the social justice push. Resist. With the SAG Awards attempting to outdo its morbid Trump jokes and Stranger Things cast rant about punching Nazis. This year, the host and every single presenter on stage will be a female. No men allowed here. So progressive. So tolerant. Don't you forget the Golden Globes, which stole the show with the epic rant against sexism, racism, and misogyny, with the most memorable speech of the entire year. Meryl Streep's nearly 6-minute rant on President Trump. But I was absolutely shocked with what I found out. But no, I'm not talking about Meryl Streep calling Harvey Weinstein literally God, or saying that she feels sorry for Roman Polanski, a convicted child rapist who was slammed with his 5th accusation this summer. No, forget that. I'm talking about the Golden Globes doing the unthinkable, letting a white male host the Golden Globes. I literally can't even. It's not that historically the Golden Globes don't have a host, or that Tina Fey and Amy Poehler hosted for 3 years straight. It's that still sexism, misogyny, and bigotry is so prevalent that they will still let a man host the event. I mean, really, anytime a man is nominated or is on stage, it's clearly because of the patriarchy and misogyny. And this couldn't be more clear than the lack of diversity in the 2018 Golden Globe nominees for Best Picture, where no female director is listed. Ha! And it has nothing to do with the fact that only 7% of movies are directed by women. I hate myself even talking like this. And seriously, don't worry, this is not just a snub for all female directors. There are many female-directed movies that are nominated for other categories, including Best Comedy and Musical. But you may not know that by reading all the seething headlines about the lineup. I do have to admit, though, I was a bit bummed that one of my favorite movies of the year, Wonder Woman, was not nominated, which was also directed by Patty Jenkins. I mean, clearly that's an example of sexism, right? Unless you see how other superheroes have done in the past at award shows. They've never won a major award show ever. That's right, not even The Dark Knight, which is one of my top 5 movies of all time, Iron Man or Spider-Man 2, none of those were nominated. Before you bite my head off about the female directors, just know I'm not talking about the quality that they produce. I'm saying statistically it would be less likely, and 4 women have won the highest award ever, the Oscars, in the past. So honestly, it frightens me as an actor and a writer to know that the grade or appreciation of a film seems to be given merit not on the content but by race or gender. It is true that less females direct major motion pictures, which also makes sense why less would always be nominated each year and possibly get into the final 5. And I hope if they choose to, other females will also dive into the endeavor that is film directing and creating and dedicate their lives to that craft and hopefully be awarded in award shows in the future. Not by creating a short list or grading on a curve, but to the person's dedication and quality of the craft. Now, if there's one thing award shows should never be accused of, is not being left-leaning enough, to not be politically correct enough. And when they come under fire, maybe we should start to adjust our thinking a little bit. And sadly, some of the most vocal critics of the lack of diversity or the sexist acclaimed projects that are getting praised don't care about the people they're claiming to care for. A lot of times it's only to use their works as a club to beat down their political opponents. Don't believe me? Just ask any African American that comes out supporting conservative principles. Ask them what they're called and how they're treated by the tolerant left. Or ask Cassie Jaye, the female director and documentalist of The Red Pill, who was praised for her early feminist work, who now is attacked constantly and is even denied entry into feminist directing categories. Is she no longer a woman? Are the black conservatives no longer an oppressed minority? No, their politics are no longer in line with the left. Shocking. Can we please just get back to loving each other and not seeing everyone as a category? Can we stop counting races in the crowd? To not be forced to say as a blankety blankety blank to give ourselves credibility before we open our mouths to speak. And just sit back and relax and enjoy the actors and actresses and movies that we loved this year. Or just not tune into the award show because it's probably not going to happen. I'm Ben Davies and this is Pure Hollywood. Alright, if you like this video and others like it, please consider becoming a premium member to The Rebel. That way you'll have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.